Good evening, America, and welcome to New November Presents Storytime with IzzyReal. Now, I want to talk about the art of war and what that means to a nigga like me. So what I need y'all to do first and foremost is I need you to light up your J's, pour up your drink, your Douces, and talk about this shit with me, man. Listen up, I got a story to tell. So, have you ever been in a relationship with a female who fresh out of a relationship with a ruthless nigga, or a nigga she thinks is ruthless, or a nigga that she thinks is just a superhuman nigga? Well, I haven't. It's just one circumstance I must tell y'all about, because it's a hell of annoying if you haven't been through this. So I'm gonna try to walk you through this. You get a relationship with a female, you be thinking, okay, shit, we good, she good, this is gonna go good, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily gotta fight the ex ain't really too involved. But in my circumstances, in some niggas' circumstances, the ex sometimes likes to poke his head around, you know what I mean? He like to do little things to aggravate the relationship that is currently moving forward. When the ex does that, you as a man have two options. You could either, one, ignore the nigga, like I like to try to do, or you can engage in some type of action. All right? Now here's where the art of war comes in. Give me a second. My shit done went out. So for me, it's like, if a motherfucker, oh yeah, we getting into it tonight. If a motherfucker don't get the message that what was once his is no longer his, it is now yours, there's a couple ways you can go about it. You could go yelling at that motherfucker, telling him, suck my dick with your mother's lips, pussy, meet me here, meet me there. I've been there, man. I've been there. Sometimes you just want to yell at a motherfucker. I get that. But there's another way you can handle it. Strategically, you can crush his existence. See, what I do as an older man, as a younger man, I'd have just popped off. Fuck you, nigga. I'm coming to your crib. I'll meet you here. You meet me here. You will never pull up on this road, that road, nigga. I never see you here. I would just spaz out. Because young niggas do that. Young niggas spaz out. This is what we do. We spaz out. Especially when it comes to our females. We just spaz out on that nigga. But if you strategically think about it, what would crush him more than just spazzing out on him, catching him slipping, catching him lacking, hitting him in the face with something? Other than that, you could crush his soul by overachieving in everything you do, or rather, everything he does. So, for example, right? Say this nigga does YouTube. Okay? Say he does YouTube, right? And you go on YouTube and you see his stats. And in the past 4 years, he gets maybe 1,600 views. That's being nice, right? And you started YouTube solely because you know that's something he's interested in, something he thinks he can excel in. And you double those views in 1 year. That is a chess move. That is a art of war strategy. Because into the outside world, nothing's going on. You're just living your best life. You're just doing you. You're succeeding in what you're trying to go out for. But in his mind, in his eyes, in his life, in his light, in his reality, you are fucking him up. Say this nigga wants to be, I don't know, a homeowner or something. And you go cop a nice house on the hill, right where he could see it. Fuck him up. Say this nigga, you know what route he takes to the gym. right? And you just so happen to have enough money to put a billboard right there advertising your YouTube. Fucking them up. It's all a strategy. It's all a part of war. It's all a way to disembody and dismember your opponent without even touching him, psychologically fucking him up. Everything he wants to be, everything he aspires to be, everything he looks forward to in life, you take it, you make it yours, and you dare him to touch it. In my circumstances, when I was going through these trials and tribulations with my, let's call it what it is, my enemies, they expected me to get violent because the people behind me expected me to get violent, encouraged me to be violent, encouraged me to handle them with an iron fist. But instead, I took the strategy that I just gave to y'all and I used it to get inside the head of my opponent. Not only just get inside the head of my opponent, but to spiritually break down my opponent. No matter what or where they think they have a W, I will always show up to pour a nice healthy dose of rainwater on that shit. Straight up. Water that shit. Drown it out. Wash out the spiders. In conclusion, I believe that these days young black men especially should consider my way of thinking as it pertains to war and beef with these niggas. Because at the end of the day, all they're looking for is reactions. But nigga like me, I'm looking for money and a reaction. And I don't really so much need the reaction as long as I get the money and respect of my peers for crushing you like a bug. Thanks for listening, man.